a favorite game.
Yeah.
Are you guys like
Despite
doing a what do you call it? Review thing?
No.
No, you're just playing.
Mm-hmm.
Are all of you playing or just you?
Just me.
Do you remember when we beat it together?
Yeah.
I like how scared Luigi gets
gets
when he
spooked.
starts shaking.
Wait. Suck up the
Hey,
books.
there's one behind
Suck
you.
up the books. Yeah, suck up all the books, and then
Oh
on the table there are 2 books that you could suck up. That money will fly out.
Money. Yeah.
And then there's a gold cheese. There's cheese on the no, don't do it. Stop. Okay, I'm first person. Okay, now walk behind. See the chair or like where not where he's sitting, but
Better
like
watch out for books that he's gonna send your way.
Behind the desk.
yeah, underneath the chair is a block of cheese. There's a slice of
What?
cheese. Scan it.
Why is there cheese?
Suck up the gold mouse.
Well, I had a Mario 3 sprite there. I just noticed that.
Yeah, Mario 3 Advance.
No, it had the All-Stars one.
Isn't
I
it the
think
That
same?
green gem.
No, on the little screen there.
I'm pretty sure it's a Mario sprite when you pick up a ruby, but I might be wrong about that.
I'm pretty sure it's just the Luigi sprite.
Also, sorry about that. You're gonna get a silver on level now. It's up. Now you're gonna
Hey, you
get a
got
bronze.
shrunk.
Didn't lose any money on that though.
Oh wait, press A.
You're
and you
tiny now.
spin.
Why are you tiny?
Oh my god, his voice went super high. I got a bad
Okay.
mushroom.
If you press
He's
A
the
at the
ghost
right
pop down
moment,
mushroom. Get him, get him, get him. Never mind.
if you press
The
A at
ghost
the right
pop down
moment,
mushroom.
if you press A at the right moment, it sounds like Luigi's going through puberty.
Get him, get him.
Wow.
Goes Mario.
Really?
Yeah, it's really funny sounding.
Alright.
Going to bed.
Yeah.
Night.
Good night. You want this light on or off?
Oh, no,
I just turn it off.
I'm sorry. I just remembered something. I just remembered something. I'm sorry, Brandon.
What?
If you also check the seat, that the seat above the mouth or above the cheese, one of the blue ghosts come out. But now you can't since the room's lit. When the blackout happens, then you could do it again.
Alright. I guess that is a second chance to go back and get everything, huh?
Yeah.
It's really just a photograph.
It's a really weird looking photograph.
It is.
I'm pretty sure he says now who's this supposed to be when you check on Mario's portrait. Like it's either now who's this supposed to be or what is this?
That's
Like
what
that
he said for
realistic-
this one.
It's Nigel Thornberry.
It is, isn't it?
When I was little, I had a dream
Vacuuming-
that
Oh my god, look at how big the fire gets.
yeah. When I was
What's
little,
your
I had
dream
a
about
dream
Nigel
about
Thornberry? Yes.
Okay, so when I was little, I used to think that if you scanned that sailboat, that you'd be sucked up into a treasure room. But that was just a dream I had.
Yeah.
Oh.
I went back and tried to do it when I got the game, and I never could figure it out, and I thought I was doing something wrong. So what I did is I got water, and I went back and I tried to put out the flames, and then I got ice, and then I like tried a bunch of different stuff, but it never worked.
Jesse, why'd you mention Nigel Thornberry?
Does
none
the
of the
picture look like a kid?
What happened?
One of the pictures in Luigi's mansion looked like him.
Oh! Oh my god. Imagine if he did freaking haunt the freaking Luigi's Mansion.
Also, if you check one of the books in that room, it talks about the twins.
Really?
Yeah. Like, if you check on every single shelf, there are 5 different books. They have one of Egad's
Well, maybe it's
books.
child care diary.
Yeah, it talks about all the kid books.
Yay.
Wow. It's a ghost
They
written book.
also have one of. Yeah, they also have one of Egad's book, like one of his research books for some reason, in this room. I think it's the one next to it. No, that one's weird. And the one, yeah, right there.
Guide to ghosts.
This is just a little tutorial area. I didn't even know about this until
Yeah,
I think
I
I,
didn't
like-
bother to read the books.
until like my 8th playthrough. I decided to read it when I was really little. If I had to
Fucker.
guess, I would say I've beaten this game around 50 times. Have you seen the secret cutscene with King Boo?
Like when he sends you away.
Yeah, it plays a unique version of Madden Clairvoyant's theme when you talk to him. That's a spoiler for the element medals.
Sparrow
Yeah.
says he remembers seeing one of the game theories that Egad wasn't exactly a good guy.
Gad's an asshole in the second game.
Oh wait, oops. Check my already got my key.
Like, Egad said, like, to Luigi's, like, I knew
Oh,
I
I didn't
should.
even pick up the Dan key, I think.
Mario theory, Egad is evil.
I don't think he's evil. I just think that he's a dick.
I forgot to pick up the fucking key. We got so worked up into the books and shit.
The lore. Meshrill. This was the Spanish version of Luigi's Mansion. Luigi would have said Meshrill.
Yeah, just like Shrek says Skrek.
Correct.
Egad
Meshrill.
sounds like a Jawa.
This man has the money. I'm pretty sure if you scan, there's a book that says she keeps all of her life savings up above the fan. But then oh wait, it's after you capture her and read her bio that it says that she keeps her life savings in a fan. Above the
I love how she doesn't really give a shit until you blow up in the window, so you can kind of just do whatever while you're waiting.
Maybe Egad is a Jawa.
You could suck up the blanket on the bed.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure.
Damn it, do it.
Okay. In order to do the fan, you have to stand still. It's really weird. You have to aim at the light and stand still.
Yep.
When I was little, I would walk around in circles and I'd be really confused on why it wasn't working.
You gotta get it going so fast too.
That's her whole life savings you stole.
$20.
20 yen.
Yeah, technically it would be yen, huh?
Yeah.
I just set the controller down and it's doing that.
I'm trying to remember where it says it was her life savings. It was either
Pretty sure
you
it still
scanned.
has to be in the bio.
Yeah, it's either in the bio or when you check the dresser. Not the mirror, but like the dresser next to it. Also, if you look, if Luigi scans pictures of babies, he says, "Now that's just not my style."
Really?
Yeah, I guess it's something. I don't know. People said that it's probably have to do something about Luigi being a pedophile. But him saying that, no, I'm not a pedophile. I'm not looking at pictures of babies. It's really funny.
There, now Zelda's a member of the Jedi Order until she meets drunk Obi-Wan and realizes it's not worth it.
What do these pearls even do?
Do the what do? The pearls? They determine your rank. Like they determine if you suck up 90% of their health, then it'll drop a big pearl, and the big pearl is what determines if you get a gold portrait. And the medium pearls determine if you get a silver portrait, and the small pearls determine if you get a bronze. So it mostly has to do with health.
So if you suck them up in ones, they drop in one go. They drop a big one.
Yeah. Also, if you go, you have to use the C stick to move around the menu. Like you press right and then use the C stick. What does it say? I can't read that.
She stashed her secret savings away to prepare for her long afterlife.
Okay. Yes, you.
Oh, what? What was with the weird camera movement there? Did you see that?
Yeah. Did you know there's a glitch in the
Drunk
second one?
Peachywan Shrumoni.
There's a glitch in the second one that if you press the D-pad to say Mario while Luigi picks up a key, one of his arms just go limp. And it's also really funny because you could do the...
Oh my god. Oh wow, I've always wanted one of these.
And it's also really funny because if you do it right before Egad calls, one of his arms goes limp and he pulls up his DS with one hand.
Luigi really hates art.
Peach seems like a gal who can hold her liquor. Mario will probably turn out to be the lightweight.
Wait, I'm trying to remember if there's a cheese in this room. I don't think there's a cheese in this room. I was trying to remember if there was a cheese behind the bed, but I don't think so.
Awesome.
Also, there was supposed to be way more cutscenes similar to this, but they were scrapped. Like just weird one-off cutscenes.
Wow.
I watched a Let's Play of this where the dude walked up, grabbed the money, and left.
He just grabbed the money and was just like, I'm out.
Yeah, he left, and it took him like 10 minutes to figure out that he needed to go back in.
Why aren't they flying at me?
I don't know. Also, this is one that, see that plant on the table? You can't actually water it. Yeah, see, I told you. I'm pretty sure when he scans the toy blocks, he says something else. Also, when you try and water that flower, no money will come out no matter what. It's really weird.
That's just not my style. This looks like it might break if I sit on it.
It's just a little kitty chair. Oh, when I was little, I scanned the chair, but I was trying to scan the flowers, but I scanned the chair, and he said it looks like it might break if I sit on that, and I got really confused. Like if you sit on the flowers. Also, a 50 heart will always pop out of that door.
This is where I come to refill my health most often.
I know where all the secret big hearts are. There's one in the cemetery.
There's one in like the room with the bear head.
Yeah. Stop abusing him.
What is up with the lighting here? Do you see this?
It's because you're switching between the vacuum and the light, so it's freaking out.
No, like, okay, right now it's not lighted. Not lighted with the flashlight when I'm vacuuming.
It's because if you look really closely, the light morphs into the vacuum.
Oh wow.
So I guess they forgot to delete the what's it called, atmospheric lighting. Also, boss fights are different than Portrait Ghosts. It determines whether or not how much health you take. So if you take more than 10%, then you won't get a silver. So you basically have to do a perfect boss fight to get a gold.
So more than 10 health at a time?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure if you go below 90, if you have 100, then you lose the gold rank.
See, I didn't know what the pearls were for, because they don't really give you money.
They give you money, but it's not very much. Pretty sure there's only one ghost I've never gotten gold on, and it's that freaking ice ghost in the ice room. I forgot what his name was.
Idiot, that's his name.
Idiot.
I'm surprised Luigi isn't using his light here.
Yeah, this technically counts as a light room, like a lit up room for some reason. All boss fights do. When you fight Chauncey, yank him back 3 times and then start spinning with C-stick, then he'll get locked up for a bit. I'm
Getting
pretty sure
the
the hitman
Don't really do anything to the story, does it?
No. Oh, if you collect no coins at all, the very ending picture will literally just be a tent.
Yeah. You gotta actively avoid the coins to get that one, though.
Or just take damage, but yeah. Can't collect any dollar bills.
Oh, come on, pick up the ball, idiot.
Okay. The title of the stream still says playing Final Fantasy VII. I don't have access to Vandelia's Twitch account, so I can't change that, unfortunately. He'll have to change that afterward.
I had a glitch on this boss fight where I was right on the floor and Chauncey like disappeared at the same time and Luigi slid and hit his head on like the side of the wall. He was stuck in a weird state, like it looked like he was still vacuuming, but he like slid across the floor and smacked his head on the wall and lost a bit of health.
Wow. Where the hell did the ball go? Really?
If you hit your face on it, then it disappears. On the Hidden Mansion, this fight is really jerkish. He starts chasing you when he does his belly flop, and the rocking horses are like twice as fast. I think you'll get a gold.
And of course, this chest causes the glitch if you're fast enough.
Yep.
Really? You can't open it from the side, so he just fucks the chest from the side.
Yep. Oh yeah.
It looks really weird when he, like, checks an item. It just looks like he's fucking it.
Yeah, it's like they couldn't bother with the animation, so they just gave him like a stock one of him trying to open something.
It gets pretty much full to bursting. That makes no sense though. Because we sucked up a baby.
It's ectoplasm.
Now we get to see the portrait of the 3 beta ghosts playing the cards for like milliseconds.
Also, wait, before you press A, you know the theme that's playing here? It's the museum theme from Animal Crossing.
Really?
Yeah, it's the dun 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 dun.
I've never played Animal Crossing.
No, that sounds like Shrek Race.
Animal Crossing's not really what I would call a game. I would just call.
Here we go.
I would just call Animal Crossing a thing that happens.
We're washing ectoplasm. And he's bouncing weirdly. And
This is one of the.
here it is. There's the beta ghosts. Hello,
This
you
is one of the.
three.
This is one of the only things that hasn't changed from the beta. This has always been in the game.
Yeah.
This mission. I always wanted to go through that door.
Yeah, me too.
I'm guessing.
I always wanted to
thought
walk around in the bottom.
Yeah, I always thought it just led to the gallery, but there's no door in the gallery that looks like that. So
Hopefully, in the new Luigi's Mansion, this is not gonna happen though. Hopefully, in the new Luigi's Mansion, we can walk around in EGAD's thing, and when we're ready to go to the mansion, climb up into the courtyard.
that'd be really cool.
It's what it was supposed to be like in the beta.
Yeah, like you could even climb the ladder and stuff.
Yeah, but no, it didn't happen.
No, it's weird. I actually had I remember seeing Luigi climb up the ladder, but I'm not sure if it was a dream or something. And I remember never being able to find it online. And this was years ago when I was 4 or 5. I could never figure out what it was until I watched it back when I was 12 and saw on YouTube how people hacked to get up and climb up the ladder. I'm like, huh, so it did happen. But I'm not sure where I saw it. Also, if you check the back of the statues, it says made in China.
What?
Yeah, those aren't EGADs, it says made in China. If you scan it, you have to scan the weird strip of it. You have to scroll down and see the weird strip, and I'm pretty sure it says made in China.
Made in Japan.
Oh, made in Japan, I mean.
Okay, so here's one. Where the hell's the other one?
Two. You got a silver.
I can't get it high enough to scan it.
I don't think you can scan the portraits, I might be wrong.
Ah, you can't.
I think you could scan some of this stuff in Bowser's room, though.
Really?
I think he just says some generic stuff, though.
It's a gilded room.
I always liked this room when I was little.
Oh, what's this? He wants
like
to sell it. Wow, he wants to sell all of these.
Yeah. One time, this has really nothing to do with Luigi's Mansion, but that glitch about Chauncey reminded me of something. One time, I was playing Mario 64 on the Virtual Console on the Wii when I was really little. And what happened was I was in Lethal Lava Land in the volcano level. And I was going up around the spiraling volcano. And one of the bullies trapped me in the corner and he kept humping Mario.
Of
Yeah, like the bully and Mario were like standing on top of each other, and the bully like bumps into Mario, and Mario goes, "Oh!" And then he stands back up, and then the bully does it again, and Mario goes, "Oh!" And I couldn't get out. I was trapped, no matter how hard I like shook the control stick.
Wow, why did they disappear so fast?
You have to keep your flashlight down. You have to concentrate the beam at their face. Get it closer.
God damn it. Didn't even do anything to them this time.
They were in their exiting animation, so
Stupid.
I remember when I was little, I would have no idea where to go. I also like how Luigi's Mansion just has pictures of the mansion from the outside hung up. It's really weird.
Yeah, I don't think anybody would really, you know, do that.
I always thought it was like an infinite thing because when I was little, I would play Luigi's Mansion and Mario 64 side by side. So I always thought like if Luigi could fit into that painting, that he would be in another Luigi's Mansion.
Oh look, the ghosts that hug you and do absolutely nothing this time.
Yep. I'm pretty sure there's only like 8 ghosts in a game that actually don't hurt you like that. These are 2 of them, and I'm pretty sure there are 4 or like 6 more, and then all the other
He
ones.
interrupted his animation. Did you see that?
Yeah.
This
There's
looks
an
really
animation.
weird, the way he's walking.
There's an animation similar to this in the beta, except Luigi's eyes are in his depressed form. Like has the depressed Luigi's
Oh,
eyes.
you mean the poison one? Oh wow, he
Yeah.
actually hurt me. How the hell did that happen?
Because you walked into him.
Yeah, no, for the Game Shark, you can poison Luigi still.
Yeah. Then he just dies really sadly.
He loses like 30 health each time you do it.
I think that's maybe what the poison mushroom did before they changed it to just being shrinking you.
Yeah.
Maybe they had poison ghost or something. Maybe I don't know.
I don't think if one of those hugging ghosts was a poison form, it would take 30 health from you. Even after you escape, you break from it, it would still drain your health. I don't think that's how it would work. It must have been the poison mushroom because that just makes much more sense, you know? Because
Yeah.
it's quite literally like a poisoned animation. He's like holding his throat and everything.
I have a theory. Maybe after you beat the game, Mario comes out of the painting and he turns into his Dr. Mario form and shoves a pill down Luigi's throat, and then that animation plays. Then the Dr. Mario theme song plays really loud. It's bass boosted. I always wish they kept the poison mushroom design in this game, because I love the way the poison mushrooms look.
Yeah.
I love how almost everything looked in this game.
Oh, damn.
I always hated these Shy Guy ghosts.
They suck.
Oh, yeah.
I always thought they were really big assholes.
God damn it, flashlight.
Is it bad that I'm not talking much?
No.
What part of Subspace are you on?
I just beat the Pokemon boss. I'm playing this Diddy right now.
Pickleman?
Yeah, Adam.
Uh,
Hey, Mario.
so, of course, something not so great came out of going to my grandparents' house.
What the hell?
Are you alright?
happened?
Well, it's not the worst thing in the world. Luckily, I have this USB-C charger that came from my Pro controller, but I left my Switch's charger at home. Or not at home, at their house. So
you got
yeah.
bored.
Also, I forgot that this was connected to my PC, and I fucking turned it on, too. So I briefly plugged in my Switch just to make sure this would fit, and it does. I don't know why I had to do that, but whatever. So I did that, and I called my grandma to set a time, since it's a bit of a drive to get to their house. And we set a time. Then I look at my computer, and oh, what the hell? The window's gone. Oh, fuck. Well, okay. Oh, wait a minute. There it is. Alright. Let me just show you this window.
Device unplugged the Nintendo Switch.
It fucking tried to install drivers for my Switch.
What?
That is crazy. I've never even heard of anyone having this pop up.
That's really strange.
Yeah, the fact that it knows it's a Nintendo Switch on top of that.
Yeah. Also, Brandon,
Wow.
just so you know, in order to defeat these guys, you have to stay on the spinning thing and you have to face away from them. They'll never show up if you're on the regular floor. You have to stand on the spinning tiles.
I hate this ghost.
Alright, let's see what happens if I try and install drivers for the Switch.
Oh,
Your
shit.
computer just folds up. Your computer just folds
good-
up, transforms to the
The
Switch.
cool part is that this thing is charging from my computer.
Also, I like how they're two lovers and they share a heart.
Is it not going to install the
What
driver
the
again? Or what?
fuck? Damn it.
I don't know. You wanna know
It just
something
keeps
funny?
making a noise at me.
You know something funny? When I was little, I thought that portrait behind you of that one man, I thought that was Thomas Jefferson when I was little.
Oh my god, his face looks stupid.
I have no idea what ghost that's supposed to represent. I think it's supposed to represent the billiard ghost that has the pool table.
Tabor.
Meanwhile, while Brandon plays Luigi's Mansion, I'm freaking playing Smash Bros Brawl for Vandelia's channel.
Yeah, Brandon, why are you playing an outdated game?
It's not outdated.
Why am
there's a
I
remake.
playing an outdated game, so to speak?
It's outdated because a freaking remake is coming out where it includes the 3D since it's on the 3DS, boy!
I'm pretty sure it's gonna be like the exact same game. Like there's gonna be little to no changes.
Are you
The
sure
only
about that?
difference is that they're adding a boss rush and redesigning the gallery.
Well, okay, why would it be the same exact thing as the GameCube when they released Dark Moon, so they have a different engine for it? I don't understand.
Like just from the trailer, it looks the exact same, but the only difference is Luigi's animations look really odd.
Jesse, do you know when the remake is being released?
No, it was never said in the trailer.
Well, then in that case, it must be beta stuff.
I'm pretty sure it's this year, though. It wouldn't
It's
announce
this
it.
sometime this year.
Well, why would they not announce it if it's not... Okay, if it's this year, why would they not announce the date? Like, they didn't even say 2018, did they?
Maybe they're not sure. But for Bowser's Inside Story remake, they said that it's coming out next year. Like, really late next year for some reason. I have no idea why they announced it so early.
Well, they announced, the freaking...
Yeah.
Or, okay,
They
wait, no,
announced
they didn't
Smash.
announce it. No, they didn't announce it, Splatoon 2 early. They let us do a freaking test fire way too early. I really hated the test fire because they released it way too early. I think it was way too short, and they didn't even have a second one, unless you count that freaking Splatfest demo. And I thought it was really stupid that they're like, oh, hey guys, test fire for Splatoon 2. And then several months later, finally the game releases. Like, what the fuck? Couldn't have another test fire in between that? Like, Jesus Christ.
There was a 4-month gap in between the test fire and the full release.
Really? Because it felt a lot longer than that.
Yeah, it was January, February, March, and then they released the test fire in April, and then May, June, July, August, and Splatoon 2 came out in August.
Okay, well then I need to...
Oh no, Brandon, no! Brandon, I'm sorry. You messed
What?
up another Money Ghosts.
No, I already got it, but I just didn't get him.
Oh, sorry. I wasn't paying attention. I was watching Mario's part.
Like, I knew that one, but I just... Like, the flashlight, like, he went away, like, immediately after I put the flashlight on him.
You have very, very, very similar recommended that I Adam.
And what?
You watch Introspective? It's the very first recommended.
Oh, that? I don't remember who that is. Hold on, let me see.
Oh. It's a pretty funny video. He tries to come up
Oh,
with
him! Oh, I remember him. Well, I'm not subscribed to him, but I've seen some of his videos. He's alright.
It used to be my old ringtone. My old ringtone used to be the Luigi's Mansion call theme.
Yeah.
It was the one from Dark Moon, though.
Oh, what the hell? Oh, fuck. Ah, fucking damn it.
That fucking sound he makes.
Oh, really? Is that what that website's gonna do? Well, fuck off.
The sound he makes. He's like trying to be a duck.
It sounds like Pac-Man dying, but like if he was real. Instead of making the beeping sounds, if he was real, it would just sound like. Do you think that Luigi will have a Nintendo Switch in Luigi's Mansion 3, or do you think he'll have a 3DS?
That'd be really funny if he was holding a damn Switch.
He just pulls out of his pocket with both Joy-Cons on. It'd make no sense.
Yeah, he just
Also-
like takes it out from his overall.
No,
And
he'd,
also-
no, he'd probably pull out a Nintendo DS.
He
Like the
already
original
pulled out a,
DS.
he already pulled out a DS in Dark Moon.
Mm-hmm.
It was
Well,
called
why
a
not do
dual.
it again?
I'm just
Yeah,
guessing that it'll be a 3DS. That's my likeliest guess. Because they're going every generation, so
Alright, how about this? A DSi. There, is that good?
okay, fine. Well, actually, the Game Boy Horror is based off the Game Boy Color, and he skipped the Game Boy Advanced, so he would skip the DSi and go straight to the 3DS.
What about the original DS and DS Lite?
I like the DS Lite. It had flip note.
Alright. Not sure how long I'll continue streaming for, maybe another half hour or so. Playing as Lucas now for the first time.
I went to play Smash Bros Brawl earlier this morning, and I could not get used to the physics for the life of me. I
I'm
tried
used.
my hard.
Then again, I don't play fighting games in a hardcore sense. I'm used to it.
Yeah, like I could go between Smash 4, Melee, and 64 really easily, but when I try to go back to Brawl, I just can't get used to the physics. Even when I play as characters I would play as all the time. And Brawl's the Smash Brothers game I played the most.
Huh.
I don't know.
To me, Melee feels way too simply. No, I say simply. It feels way too slippery.
Melee
that-
feels really, really heavy.
No, to me it feels slippery, and I fucking die as Lucas.
I mean, it depends on what character you're playing as, but yeah, Melee does feel really slippery at first. But then once you get used to it, it feels really, really tight.
Huh.
Really precise. It's like the difference between Mario 3 and Mario World.
I don't know, maybe it's also the fact that when I attack enemies, for some reason, it's weird to describe, but I don't feel the impact of hitting other characters. Like in Brawl and 4, like in Smash Brawl and Smash 4, like I can at least... It actually feels like you're decking somebody in the face.
Yeah, in Melee, when you play as Fox, Falco, and Captain Falcon, it does kind of just feel like you're slapping them rather than punching them.
Yeah.
Hey, can I ask something?
Huh?
So, I'm trying to figure out what the test dates were for the Splatoon 1 global test fire, and the fucking result brings me to www.nintendo.co.japan, and...
Wait, can I say something real fast? Brandon, that mouse spawning is a 1 in 50 chance, and you got it, like, on your second try.
Wow.
Vandalia just thanked me in the chat.
Anyways, so it's a Japan site, but the whole fucking site is in English. There is literally no Japanese to be found. Like, I do not see any Japanese, but it's a .Japan, or JP, which is Japan.
That's
How the
strange.
fuck?
Are you sure the site language is just changed?
If it was changed, the English wouldn't be all correct. Like, literally, I'll even let you look at this, because this does not look like Google translated this at all.
No, I meant, like, Nintendo officially, because sometimes they do that at the site, like, I don't know, never mind.
That wouldn't make sense.
Maybe they...
Why would the Japan branch have this localized for English only when it's a Japanese site? That doesn't make any sense.
I have no idea. Maybe when the Japanese players click on whatever they need to find out, it takes them to the North American site. Maybe they just switched it up.
Okay. So, in other words, you're telling me that Japanese users will go to a North American version of the site, which has English, where they can't even understand that?
No, I mean it's the opposite. If they go to the North American site, they'll see this, but translated to Japanese. Just like how you clicked on the link and you got sent to the Japanese site, even though it was
God damn it.
translated with.
Well, honestly, that sounds pretty stupid. Hey guys, let's make a Japanese site that's English and a North American site in English. Or, yes, wait, not English.
I mean, I know the
Japanese.
freaking original version of Cage 2 Final Mix in Japan. I know that they use freaking English voices with Japanese subtitles. For some reason.
Hey guys, we need to make a European site. What are we gonna put the language as?
Australian.
Australian's a language?
Yes, they speak kangaroo.
And what does that sound like?
Bye bye, Ness.
I thought you would have been like, kick. No, just.
Yeah.
Fuck. Oh yeah!
Stupid ass, bro.
It's a really strange language. Yeah, so, okay, when Luigi gets to 40 health, when you press A, sometimes he'll just scream as loud as he can Mario. It's really funny.
Like, that sounded really weird because I canceled his scream, so he was just like, Mario!
Yeah, there's this one when he's at 40 health where he literally screams at the top of his lungs, Mario! It's hilarious.
Blue ball.
Boobo. I'm pretty sure that's their official name.
Really?
Yeah. It's either called Decoy or Boo Ball.
Game Boo advantage.
Oh my god, did you see that? That Boo just like smacked you in the back and you couldn't do anything
No.
about it.
Like, he spawned and immediately he swung at me.
There was literally nothing you could do about that.
I want to know where this other fucking Boo went. Like, he flew through the wall at 0 health and now he's just gone.
Which wall? This one?
Yeah, he flew through the one,
goes that
this wall to
shnick.
come
Oh.
to this room, and now he's just like
Area
gone.
3. He's in Area 3. You're not gonna meet him until like another 2 hours of gameplay.
Seriously? So he flew through the wall and now I can't get him.
Yeah, well, past this wall is like where the grandma and where the Miss Petunia is. The like weird pig ghost that showers.
God damn it. He was in this room and he flew through this fucking wall.
Wow. Yeah, he either went right to the treasure room or up to the grandma's room. Because I've had that happen before.
Motherfucker.
And sometimes they just randomize the room they're in. So they'll be on the same floor. Like if you like exit and then go back in, it'll be in some
But
weird.
why is my Game Boy like freaking out when there's like nothing near them?
There's
there
a
it
bomb.
is. What the fuck was that?
What? That was weird. Also, how you can know if there's a Boo in the room is if they do their laugh. Because sometimes you know how you go into a room and there's just a bomb.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you don't hear a Boo laugh, then that means that they're not changing their location. Because every time you hear the laugh, it means they're changing their
They
location.
changed, yeah. That's what just happened to me because he was hiding in that left base but just didn't come out.
It's weird.
Taboo.
Yeah, boy.
I'm surprised they didn't make a Bartholomew joke or a Bartholomew.
Bartholomew Jason.
That's a new Boo name for Luigi's Mansion 3. I like how in Luigi's Mansion 2 there's literally a Boo that's just called Booigi.
Luigi. I am Turbo.
Oh. You know, you just reminded me of what happened at my local GameStop when they were during that phase and they were getting me to try and pre-order shit.
Yeah.
They said when Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon was coming out, they're like, "Oh, Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon's coming out. Want to pre-order that?" And I'm like, "Nah, I don't think so." You know what their response is?
What?
You don't want Luigi?
Luigi will be all alone.
To this day, I still haven't gotten that game.
It's a good game, but yeah, it's really good. The only problem I have with it is sometimes the animations are a bit weird.
In
could've
the
used-
second one?
Yeah, like it could use a tiny bit more polish, but overall it's still a fun game.
Yeah, I mean, it did hit the Nintendo Select, so it wouldn't be expensive to get.
I would say that it does a lot of things better than the original, but I still prefer the original because of the controls.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
mean... Mario, did you figure it out?
What?
Did you figure out your shit?
Okay. Jesse, so apparently I was wrong when I said that there was less, or seemingly less, Splatfests. However, I did notice one big difference between the global test fires of Splatoon 1 and 2.
What?
The first difference being that for Splatoon 2, apparently, oh wait a minute, I'm looking at the wrong thing. August. Oh, wait a minute, what? Oh, fuck. Okay, wait a minute. Now I need to rethink this because apparently I read something wrong. God damn it, Orange.
That's messed up. I just see Brandon steal the key out of the toilet and was just gonna leave the toad there crying. If you read his dialogue, it makes it sound like he poops in the toilet, but in reality, he actually just drops a key.
Yeah.
I like how if you come to that room too early, he's like, occupied.
Yeah. And then he's like, actually, I'm just scared of the booze.
Yeah.
Ow, goddamn.
You know how there's the telephone room, the optional telephone scene?
Yeah.
If you
The
say
one
like,
where
hey,
everyone who thinks he's being hung.
yeah. There's two dialogue options. It's like, who is speaking? And you could either say Luigi or Bowser. And if you say Bowser, the text afterward will be like AUGHHH, just Toad going like, ah!
You ready? We're gonna make lots of particles. Can you stop swinging?
Okay, I think I got my bearings now. Alright. So, okay, Splatoon 2 Global Test Fire was in March, and they had 2 of them on March 24th, 3 of them on March 25th, and only 1 of them on March 26th. And then, at some point they had the other thing. What the fuck? Why does this wiki tell me that?
So it was like a 4.5 month gap between the test fire and the full game.
Yeah, that's for Splatoon 2. For Splatoon 1, we have the following dates. May 8th, May 9th, 2 of them on May 9th, 1 of them on May 8th, and 1 of them on May 23rd. It was supposed to be 3 to 4 p.m. Pacific time, or Pacific Standard Time, but then it was changed to up to 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time that day due to connection errors for most of the original time. So, that's something interesting. And not only that, but after the game was released, they had another test fire from August 21st to August 23rd, 3 to 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And, alright, so, prior to the game launching, the last one they had was May 23rd. The release date of the game was on May 28th. So that means that they had the test fire the same month that the game was being released, while Splatoon 2's was 4.5 months prior.
Huh. Also,
Yeah,
Brandon, wait.
that's way too early in comparison.
Yeah. Also, Brandon, go into first person mode and look at the big mirror. It's just one big texture. Like, watch. Go into first person mode and look left and right, and the mirror illusion will just, like, watch, look left and right. See, it's like a flat image. Yeah, it's the GameCube capabilities. If you walk really close to it, it looks even weirder. Look left and right.
Look at that.
See, look how weird that is.
Right. It's just a flat picture.
Vandalia says if we ever visit Ohio, we're not going to Mickey D's. Mickey Evils.
I'm not sure if Splatoon 1's was too late or Splatoon 2's was too early. I guess I wanted to make time, but I guess they...
Wait. Okay, what?
Because don't they do the test fire to test the servers? Or was that only with Splatoon 2?
Well, that was both games. I don't know where you're getting only Splatoon 2. That was kind of the whole point.
Well, Splatoon 2's test fire was like a really weird demo, or like really weird beta demo of the game.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
but
that was
that-
probably because of the fact that it was 4 months earlier than the release.
Yeah. Have you seen this Splatoon 1 demo where they were like cubes and they would shoot like really gross textures at each other?
Cubes?
Yeah, like one of the very first beta elements, they're like, we need to make a shooter, and then they like made characters. They were just like cubes in like this weird cube world, and they would shoot ink at each other, and they're like, we need characters, and then they made them bunny rabbits, and they're like, wait a second, why are they bunny rabbits? And then they made them like looper creatures, and then they made them into inklings.
I vaguely remember that
Yeah, it was during a developer showcase.
it was.
Yeah, I think it was like a developer talk. It's on the Nintendo channel.
Or it was on the Nintendo channel.
I'm pretty sure it still is, but
Wait a minute, how could it be on the Nintendo channel if it was on the Wii U months after the Wii was released and discontinued?
Yeah, see.
but
My favorite texture, like my favorite particle generator is this.
I used to do that all the time when I was little. But I would look left and right. Be much less effective.
Wah, wah.
Yeah.
So what were you saying?
There's a developer showcase of talking about Splatoon after it released. It was either after it released or right before it released, talking about the beta and stuff like that.
Well, you said it was on the Nintendo channel, but are you referring to the Wii's Nintendo channel?
Oh, I meant the Nintendo's YouTube channel, not the actual Nintendo channel.
Okay.
It was also on Nintendo Video, I'm pretty sure, on the 3DS. Also, there's a-
Lowe's hat.
There's a Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon beta trailer. It has like weird beta elements. They showed a trailer Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon on Nintendo Video.
Yeah.
Like there, you know the part where you walk up the stairs and you slide down. Well, apparently one of the brain ghosts, I forgot what they were called, the poltergeist ghost, was supposed to come down instead of the higher. It was like a blue version of the poltergeist too.
Hey, do you know what nobody talks about nowadays?
Star Tropics.
Well, I suppose that, which it proves even more since I don't really know what that is, but not, that's not what I was referring to though. When the 3DS was first released, there would be a series of videos on the eShop. I don't remember what it was called, but it would showcase games. It was similar to a Direct, except it was a lot more frequently.
I remember that. I would watch that all the time. I forgot what it was called too.
Yeah, I think they removed those videos after they discontinued it, and I think it's really stupid that they did. Why would they do
They
that?
discontinued a lot of stuff on the 3DS. They discontinued Flipnote 3D.
Actually, they didn't necessarily discontinue it, but more rather just cancel what, well, almost cancel.
They
pretty much.
stopped the support.
No, it's not they stopped the support, it's that they never had the support, because they're like, oh, we're gonna have Flipnote Studio 3D, we're gonna have a subscription thing, but sometimes days will be free, so if you don't have a subscription, then you can go on those days, and it'll just be like DSi, but better. And then they never talked about it ever again, and then some people would then eventually discover that they had released Flipnote Studio 3D on Nintendo Club and My Nintendo eventually when it came out, and they realized, oh hey, there's no internet feature anywhere. And there you go, the Flipnote Studio 3D, but without 3D internet capabilities. They literally removed it, and nobody knows why. And I think it's retarded that they didn't even fucking try, because, like, what was the problem?
Yeah, I wonder what happened to Flipnote.
That shit would have been big. I fucking guarantee it.
Yeah, I mean the one on the Nintendo DSi was already pretty big.
Yeah, that was fucking huge, but no, they just removed the online capabilities from Flipnote Studio 3D for no fucking reason before it was even released, and that pissed me off. Because it's like, what the hell? I had fucking people that were doing great series that I watched them regularly, like fucking YouTube, but Nintendo's version of YouTube. So why in the hell would they have removed fucking Flipnote Studio 3D's online capabilities? Was it the fact that people complained about online? Because I don't recall people complaining. And even if they did, they could have just removed the feed part of it and just have it free like the DSi version. So honestly, it makes no fucking sense they do that. And nobody seems to know why.
It's like Nintendo was like, we're gonna do Flipnote, and then after that they're like, actually we hate it, and then they never did anything with it.
Yeah, once they released that one video, they never mentioned it again. Unless they did an interview with Iwata that I never watched or even knew of, they never mentioned it. I even looked on the eShop months after, and there was just one video, and that was it. Well, I think
I remember being really excited. I remember being really excited too.
Yeah, it makes no fucking sense why they would remove it. I mean, yeah, it's great that they have the thing available at all, but it's just kind of stupid to have it if you can't even use it. It's about as good as the DSi Flipnote, except, oh wait, you can literally put in a fucking thing in your DSi's settings for your Wi-Fi. You don't even have to be experienced in Wi-Fi settings. You just fucking put in a simple thing. Don't have to mod your DSi or anything. It can be clean of mods, and you can fucking access this alternate server for Flipnote Studio. And it would just be like the original, except made so that you don't spam stars, and yeah.
I mean, the closest thing we have to it now is freaking PictoChat on the 3DS.
What?
Remember PictoChat?
PictoChat was never on the 3DS. What are you talking about?
Yeah, it
By the
was.
way,
You could-
Jesse, I've got a
could get
red
on
gem, and it is the Luigi sprite.
Oh. Okay, well, on the 3DS, if you put in a DS cartridge, there's a way that you could get it to happen. I'm trying to remember how you could do it. You have to put in a DS cartridge in your 3DS, and there's a way where you could like access DS BIOS on your 3DS.
Oh,
I
so
remember
in other
doing
words,
it.
glitching it.
Not really glitching it, but like there's like an emulated BIOS of it on the 3DS. And you could do
okay.
that.
Well, I thought you were saying as though PictoChat was like a regular thing on the 3DS, like you can legit access it normally.
I think you can, but I'm not sure exactly how to. There might be YouTube videos about it. I'm gonna go look it up to see if I'm speaking truth or just spouting out bullshit. PictoChat.
I'm somewhat surprised they would even have the full BIOS on the 3DS, because I figured they would just have only part of it that does what it needs to do, and that was it, but no. So that's kind of surprising that they even do that at all. Yeah, Jesse, don't you think it's stupid, going back to the test fires real quick, don't you think it's stupid that Splatoon 2's was 4.5 months before the game, yet Splatoon 1's was in the same fucking month? As it was even, like, very close to the release date on the last one.
I'm not sure how I feel about it, in all honesty. I think they should have just timed it better, both of them. Because I feel like during the month was a bit too late. And I think that 4 months behind is like way too early. I think like a month or 2 months. I think like a month beforehand is probably like a good time frame.
I kind of disagree on that, because I felt that Splatoon 1's was kind of at a perfect moment. I mean, at the time we were talking about a new IP, and
Yes,
what better
was
way?
really,
What
really
better
hype.
way? Huh?
Yeah, I remember being really, really hyped for Splatoon.
Yeah. So what's a better way to get people's attention about a new IP than not only having a test fire, multiple ones, but also having them near the release date. So it's like, oh, I want to get this. Oh, hey, look, I can get this in a couple weeks. And then Splatoon 2, fucking Splatoon 2, I almost forgot about, honestly, because of how long it was before the release date. I only remembered it because they fucking had the global, the worldwide Splatfest demo, and that was it.
They did advertise Splatoon 2 pretty hard though. Like they
I
showed
didn't really feel like they
Splatoon 1. In Splatoon 1, they only really showed footage in Nintendo Directs. In Splatoon 2, they had TV commercials and stuff like that. Like I don't remember seeing any TV commercials for Splatoon 1, except for that one CG animated trailer.
Well, I don't remember if it was a Japan or a European commercial, but there's another version for one of those regions, and it is so much
Where they're in
better
a city?
from what I remember.
Yeah, when they're in a city, and then like the entire city gets like splatted by ink. I remember that trailer.
I think the fact that the Splatoon 1's commercial at the time was the way it was is because just Nintendo's marketing was just not in a good place for some reason.
Yeah, Nintendo had really weird marketing.
Well, at the time they had really weird marketing. Like, it wasn't really that great.
Yeah, I feel like the only good marketing Nintendo's ever had was with the Super Nintendo, the Wii, and the Switch. Like all the other, like commercials, like their commercial ideas was really weird. Like with the DS, remember how weird the DS commercials were? Same thing with the GameCube. Like the GameCube, they tried to be mature. It didn't really work out. I guess the N64 commercials were also pretty cool.
No, the N64
Yeah.
commercials, the Nostalgia Critic looked at the Smash Brothers one, where the four characters are running in the field, and then they suddenly just start beating the shit at each other.
Yeah, it's
No,
how
it was
Mario
because
tripped-
Mario tripped someone.
Yeah, Mario tripped Yoshi, and then Yoshi comes up and uppercuts Mario, and then Donkey Kong.
But I thought
blocks
Mario
Yoshi
did it on
with the-
purpose.
Then I think Yoshi grabs Pikachu by the tail and starts swinging him around.
Speaking of Luigi, we have freaking Luigi with a Cowboy Luigi's Mansion theme here.
Oh. Okay, for the Wii U's marketing, honestly, I feel like I'm the only person that feels as though that it was everyone else's fault that they thought it was only the tablet that was the Wii U itself and not the actual console part of
I
it.
feel like they should, instead of marketing the gamepad, I feel like they should have marketed the actual console of it.
Really? Because I felt they actually did market the actual console. They just did it in a cringy way.
Yeah, they marketed the gamepad a lot, and people were like, "Oh, Wii U, it must be an add-on." Like when I first saw the Wii U, I thought for like a month or two that you could play Wii U games on your Wii. Like I thought like the Wii U was just like a Wii Plus, like the same thing between like an Xbox 360 and like, or more so like a PS3 and like a PS3 Pro or PS3.
It's a mid-generation refresh.
Yeah, I thought it was a mid-generation refresh with the new type of controller.
Oh.
But then I realized that it was a new console, and then I'm like, oh, well, I should get this because it's new. And then I ended up being like, eh. Like, during that time, I was more of an Xbox guy. Like, I would play a lot more Xbox games than Nintendo.
Well, what I don't understand is why it seemed like everybody else thought that, oh, we use the gamepad, and yet I immediately knew that the Wii U was just a whole new console in itself. I knew that it wasn't just a fucking tablet. Like, why am I the only person that seemed to know that, and yet everyone else thought otherwise? I don't get it. Maybe it's because I didn't really watch the commercials too much, since I wasn't into TV at the time, and still isn't, and I just saw stuff from directly Nintendo, including E3 stuff, so that could be why I thought that way, but, I mean, it just... I just kind of find it bewildering that everyone thought that. And it's like, what the fuck? Especially when they advertise the fact that you could play games HD, and the the Wii didn't even have HD capability at all, unless maybe you'd have to upscale it, but I don't know if you can do that with actual hardware.
There's an HDMI adapter for the GameCube, but I'm not sure if there's one out for the Wii.
Well,
And
yeah,
all it really does is
I mean,
Ton of
like,
cables.
but I mean, like having HD looking
Yeah, I know.
graphics,
I know.
or at least a higher resolution than composite.
Yeah,
There's two
well,
cables.
gotta remember. the
Whatever,
general-
composite component, isn't it the same thing?
No, very different actually.
How are they different?
One uses 3 cords for the video, which makes it way better, and one uses just one. SCART is the best, though.
SCART?
SCART is the best.
Remove the R and now you got scat. And also, I'd never heard of SCART before.
It's a thing in Europe.
I always thought that display port, or not display ports, what's it called? Display cables? What's it called? Brandon, you know what I'm talking about? Like the display cables that has like 4K 60 FPS? I always thought that was this. What are you doing with the toilet paper?
Bouncing a ball against it.
Ryan's having too much fun with it.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, also, the pattern on the wall in this room is the same as my bathroom curtains.
What? Are you
Really?
serious?
Yeah, it's the exact same.
What the fuck?
A lot of the design from Luigi's Mansion is like in my house. Like a lot of the Victorian structure. It's just really prominent in New Mexico.
So which came first, Luigi's Mansion or Jesse's house?
Jesse's
I live in an
mansion.
apartment. I just have those curtain frames that look a lot like the wall.
Oh my
Like
fucking
if I
god.
show you like the way the architecture my old house in New Mexico was, like you'd be like, oh my god, it looks a lot like Luigi's Mansion. Like a lot of the chandeliers and the lights and stuff, and like just the stuff we have, it's just very Victorian, like Luigi's Mansion.
Wow.
Also, I want to have this style of house when I buy a house, even though I probably haven't. I'm not sure what type of house I want. You know what Nintendo should do when they make Nintendo World?
What?
Should have a Luigi's Mansion attraction.
Yeah.
Well, I don't see it being too far off because they have the Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon Arcade, which has levels
They have an
based on. No, actually, no, not based on exact levels from Dark Moon, just auto scroll mode or something.
Yeah,
Like Pokemon Snap or Time Crisis style.
yeah, it's like first person Luigi's Mansion on rails. It's really weird.
Yeah.
It is kind of weird. Like, why?
But at least
why do they
HD
have
though.
it like that though?
I don't know. I don't really even know why they made a machine after Luigi's Mansion. I mean, they did make one after Mario Kart, but that Mario Kart Arcade GP is so freaking different from any Mario Kart.
Mario Kart Arcade GP fucking sucks, dude. Both versions.
From what I've seen
do.
of it, yeah, it does look really bad.
Like, it's fucking horrendously bad. It's
But
you
you
can
can
play
play
as
as
Pac-Man.
Pac-Man!
Yeah, the only redeeming factors are you can play as Pac.
Don't you play as the Ghost and Ms. Pac-Man in GP1?
No, it's regular Pac-Man.
I think you play in GP3.
There is no 3.
There isn't. I thought there was GP1 and 2 and 3. Maybe.
I've never heard of a 3. I've only heard of 1 and 2, and that was it.
I'm gonna search it up. Maybe it was canceled or something. But I might just be misremembering. Mario Kart Arcade GP3. There's GPDX. There's GPDX. There's not GP3.
Hey, Mario 3.
That's not Mario 3. That's the water theme.
Oh wait.
I'm gonna answer wrong so that she plays her most beautiful piece of music.
He just bangs on the piano a few times. That's how I played the piano when I was little. I still have my piano. I'll show you it real fast.
Oh fuck. So what?
My piano.
Oh no, here we go.
And let me just turn the camera off real fast.
Oh hey guys, here's my piano. Pulls out Nintendo Labo.
Presses the E chord 7 times.
We have technology.
No. You gotta go like this if I can reach my keyboard. Alright.
You're not caveman.
Okay. No, you gotta do it like this. SpongeBob! We are not cavemen! We have technology.
It didn't work.
Or, oh fuck. No, even worse actually. Brandon would be, yeah, like, we have technology.
We have the meat.
Just.
You know Brandon broke a Mario Kart quote-unquote disc on the last stream.
Damn
I
it.
broke it a few hours ago. Or about an hour ago, I'd say.
So, wait, did you finish it then?
No, he got really salty and just ripped it.
and you just end the stream, you're like, fuck this. And then,
Well, him breaking the disc was on my stream.
Dude, I felt really uncomfortable because he just started scraping the disc with one of those, not staplers. What'd you use?
Staple remover.
Yeah, he grabbed one of those and just started scraping it, like the silver side, like over and over again. Then he just grabbed his hand and mushed it. Till it snapped.
hey, Jesse.
3 discs. I was that angry.
Jesse.
Huh?
Do you want a no-spoiler version of what I think about Kirby Star Allies so far?
Sure.
Really disappointing.
From what I played,
What? Whoa, what?
okay, from what I played of the demo, I think it's gonna be really good because, or I hope it's really good.
Just to let you know, between the differences between the demo and the retail version, the levels shown in the demo are actually completely different levels from the final game. Well, not in the sense of like differently designed, but rather what they showcase. Because to me, it seemed as though that they were trying to showcase the levels they did in the demo as one level, but what actually it is parts of levels.
Yeah, that's what I guess. Because like, the cave level in the demo is just different sections of the world.
And they're
Like,
all in the first world, by the way.
Oh,
Nothing
okay.
too spectacular there.
Okay, so it's just like different part. Like it's the most interesting parts of the level stitched together for the demo.
I suppose if you want to look at it that way, yeah.
I'm guessing they just did that. I hated this ghost when I was little. I don't know why.
It's really fit.
I would always smack into the table when I tried to suck him up.
You smacked into the table.
Yeah, I would light him up and then he'll pull back and Luigi will just headbutt the table and then do 2 backflips.
Really?
Yeah. You have to like angle to the right. No! Hey, wait, before you suck him up, there's a cheese on the chair next to him.
What?
On the chair to the right of him. The other chair.
I just
There's a
freaking
cheese-
realized something.
There's a cheese. You have to walk the
I
other
just
way.
freaking realized something.
His hitbox is weird.
I just fucking realized something.
What?
On March 29th, it's been 10 years since I played this game.
Wow.
I am
Happy
fucking
10th
old.
anniversary. I like these ghosts.
It was my fucking birthday and I got this.
Derp derp day.
What the hell are they doing?
I love the sounds they make. Bow, 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 bow. Did you know there's an unused tomato sprite in this game? Or a tomato model? There's just like an unused tomato model. It's really weird.
Why?
I have no idea. It's on the game's file. It's just a tomato. Also, I don't think you saw it on my piano, but I colored in the Ocarina of Time notes on it, like the C stick up and the A button. And if you
Really?
play the, and if you read like Ocarina of Time, like the sheet music or quote unquote sheet music of Ocarina of Time, like if you look at the in-game thing of the Song of Time and press the buttons on the piano, it will actually play the Song of Time. I also have an Ocarina of Time.
Now he's gonna spit up at me.
He's gonna get heartburn.
Oh, that's interesting.
What?
Okay. Well, first I want to ask a question. So, when they had the announcement for Star Allies, did they say that Bandana the King DDD and Meta Knight were going to be added in a future update?
No. They said that it was gonna be added in game through like a palace or something. And then they said that there's gonna be more characters added later.
Oh, what were those characters?
It was Marks from Superstar. It was the friends from Kirby's Dream Land 3, and it was Gooey.
Oh.
Yeah, it says
Okay.
in the Nintendo Direct.
Okay, other people confuse me because someone told me, oh, how do you already have these characters even though they're the characters that are already in the game?
That's weird.
Yeah, that is weird. Anyways, apparently, when you go to have your special friends, you can have the same kind of friend.
What?
Yeah, like for example.
You worded that really weirdly. I'm not sure I understand.
Okay, let me explain this. So there's a special area where you go to get your special dream friends, which we already know would be King DDD, Bandana Waddle Dee, and Meta Knight, right?
Yeah.
Now, when you go to get the special friend, apparently you can have more than one of the same special friend. So, for example, you can have 2 Bandana Waddle Dees or like 3 King DDDs, whatever, like that, you know?
That's really strange.
Now, there's a difference in color, so you can tell which is which, but apparently you can do that. Also, I'm trying to pick and choose what I'm telling you carefully because I don't like spoilers either, but I'm trying to think of things that I wouldn't consider spoiler-worthy.
There are just certain games that I don't want to be spoiled on.
I guess, okay. So, do you care more about the spoilers of the story or spoilers of the gameplay? Or both?
Kind of both. Unless it's a Mario game, then if it's like a Mario game, then it's strictly only gameplay and worlds and stuff. I don't really care about the story in the Mario game. If it's a Kirby game, I don't want to be spoiled on the gameplay and bosses or like what Kirby's up to.
Okay, so would you consider a spoiler if I told you how to get the special friends?
No, because didn't Nintendo say you go to like this one place and then you could exchange them out?
Yeah, but I don't know if they mentioned this or not, but you have to choose them by going through a roulette.
Oh, no, I don't
So-
think they mentioned that.
Yeah, you can't just like go to a menu and then select which one it is. You have to have it in a roulette, which is kind of stupid. Not only that, but every time you go to the Dream Palace, which is what they call it, you have to complete a stage after you get a special friend, because otherwise it won't let you access it until you complete a stage. I don't know if it's necessarily an uncompleted stage or if it doesn't matter, so that's something I have to figure out.
Okay. That does seem really strange.
Also, one other thing I want to mention I don't think is spoiler worthy. So, in my personal opinion, Star Allies, in terms of the story, not so good. Why? Because they don't explain anything so far.
Is it just like in cutscenes like past Kirby games? Well,
Well-
not like Dreamland, more like
Okay.
Triple Deluxe.
Okay, Planet Robobot had their cutscenes that would explain certain things, and I thought that was pretty good, actually. But here, there's like barely any. There's barely any cutscenes. Like, the only cutscenes I've seen so far are like the cutscene where you start a new file, and the cutscene that would be the intro, which has already been shown to the public before the game was released. And oh, by the way, the other intro is kind of similar in style to how, I wouldn't know if it's similar to Sonic Mania, but it kind of gives me those vibes. Not necessarily the same art style though, but gives me the same kind of vibe-ish.
Oh.
And no, that cutscene doesn't even explain anything, just to let you know. Not that it's supposed to or anything, but you know.
Yeah.
But
I like how he just humped freaking Mr. Bones' gravestone. His grave sign. He's just like, what the fuck? And he starts throwing his bones at you.
But yeah, literally there's like barely any cutscenes, if at all, other than the intro cutscene, as far as I've played. And it's
I'm not sure if I mind too much.
I kind of mind it actually because. Oh, sorry, did I interrupt you?
Yeah, I was gonna say I understand if you're disappointed because coming from Planet Robobot, Triple Deluxe, and Return to Dreamland, which have cutscenes that are a bit more, I would say, have a bit more content to them, I guess I could see how that's disappointing, but I don't really mind. But I could see why you're disappointed.
I'm disappointed because the storytelling itself, it's gonna sound a little bit ridiculous, but just hang on with me here. Just hear me out on this.
Wait, Brandon, check the pipe to your right, all the way to your right. All the way to your right, there's a pipe, and check it.
Anyways, hear me on this one, because it's going to sound a little bit weird, but I think the storytelling in Star Allies so far, as I've played through this game, is not very good, because I've only seen one story cutscene, which is the intro cutscene, and there was nothing else. I understand that Kirby isn't supposed to have that big of a storyline or that deep of story in the first place, but there's got to be some storytelling. I'm the kind of guy that likes pretty much overall everything in the game. If the game isn't supposed to have a story, then unless the gameplay is good, then but fucking okay, the one game that I thought had probably the most ridiculous story in the Kirby series would have to be Squeak Squad. Why? Because the whole fucking scenario happens because someone stole Kirby's fucking cake, which were I think it was the Squeak Squad, actually. I'm not sure if they called it anything else.
I want to admit something. Squeak Squad is my favorite Kirby game, despite people saying it's generic. I find it generic, but I love Squeak Squad. Even so, but go on. Also, I'm hoping that it's gonna be like Squeak Squad, where the beginning's kind of dull, but then when you get through the mid game, there's a lot more like cutscenes and story. Because like if you play through Squeak Squad, the beginning is like, oh, he gets his cake stolen, head up to the castle or King DGD and fight him. Then maybe after you get through like 2 or 3 worlds, then the story becomes more complex. Because with Squeak Squad, and if Shnick and Brandon don't mind spoilers of Squeak Squad, it's
I don't
not
fucking
really that
care.
deep.
I'm not big on the Kirby series.
Okay,
Vandalia
so,
does link us to the podcast episode where we talk about spoilers in the chat.
well, in Squeak Squad, when you get like around the middle of the game, like I think World 4 or something, it's shown that the chest is like a corrupted chest, and Meta Knight was trying to protect it because it holds not Dark Side, it's whatever the freaking.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I played through the game. I even did a Let's Play series on my channel, believe it or not.
Like how it just opens up around the middle section. Hopefully this game does it, because that's kind of what it's sounding like to me. If not, then I guess it's a little disappointing. But I hope it opens up more.
Well, the thing is that, like I said, I know Squeak Squad has probably the most ridiculous story in the entire Kirby series, at least from what I've played in the series entirely. But at least with Squeak Squad, they had cutscenes that were explaining what was going on in the story. But
I'm gonna let the stream keep going.
Explain shit at all.
Sorry to interrupt.
Like no words.
Sorry to interrupt quickly. I'm gonna keep the stream going for just a little bit more. I have to go to the bathroom and I'm gonna end it just so the stream can capture your discussion.
Okay, so is it more like Kirby 64 where it's just like interactions between characters with no narration or like words at the bottom of the screen? Where it's kind of like Kirby 64 where it shows stuff but it doesn't really say anything about it?
Okay, you're not really understanding what I'm saying. When you play the game, there's 2 cutscenes. The little cutscene that I talked about that is not meant to really explain everything. It's just there to look flashy, in my opinion. And yeah, it has nothing to do with the story, pretty much. And the other cutscene, the intro cutscene, it kind of explains something, but it's I mean, I felt that Planet Robobot's intro cutscene made a little bit more sense, but Star Allies was kind of stupid. I mean, did Nintendo show the whole cutscene, or did they show only clips of the intro cutscene? Because I don't remember.
I know they showed clips of a cutscene of some like weird thing in a crystal heart. Then it showed Wispy Woods looking at the sky, and then it showed Kirby running. That's all what I remember, just like clips of that. I'm not sure if that's the full cutscene or not.
Okay. Okay, there was no Wispy Woods part, I don't believe. But the Crystal Heart part, here's what I'm confused about that Crystal Heart. Why does it look really similar to fucking Heart Nova's heart?
I don't know. But
like, it fucking looks...
I think of Paper Mario.
It pretty much looks the fucking same to me. So, unless I just don't remember what the Heart Nova's heart looked like from Planet Robobot, then, like, what the fuck? Where'd that come from? And also, who the fuck is this guy? Like, I don't know if we're supposed to figure this out later in the story or what, but he kind of felt... I felt like he was just kind of thrown in. Like, it's as if they're trying to say right off the... What the hell, Brendan? You already beat the game?
No.
Oh my god, Adam. No.
Sorry, Adam.
Are you fucking
Adam,
serious?
you just beat the second boss. You just beat the second boss.
Oh, well, the fucking final cutscene where they get Mario out looks a lot similar to this.
It's in reverse.
Yeah, it's in
It is?
reverse, and the lights are flashing red like crazy.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, okay, for my credit, it looks similar, alright?
Okay, anyways, you can
that is to my credit. Anyways, but yeah, it's like fucking HAL Laboratories is trying to tell us, oh, this guy is the enemy, but it's like, what the hell? Meanwhile, Robobot is kind of vague, but it's basically saying this is an invasion that's taking over the fucking world. So, yeah, I don't know. It just kind of feels like it was better in Robobot than in Star Allies. And the whole heart thing, I've been 3 bosses now, which would be Wispy Woods, King DDD, and nothing else.
Okay.
I know, alright? You don't have to tell me. So, yeah. Freaking Wispy Woods, King DDD, and Blank, and still no cutscene explaining whatsoever anything.
Maybe it's just focusing on the gameplay on this time, because what you're explaining me reminds me a lot of Kirby 64. How in Kirby 64...
Well, no, because Kirby 64 even had more cutscenes than freaking Star Allies. Like when I mean there was 2 cutscenes, 1 story, I literally mean 1 story cutscene. And I've been 2 worlds now. In other games, there would have been at least 1 or 2 more cutscenes by this point. But this game, only 1, still hasn't explained what these hearts are. And that's it. It's pretty fucking bland. Like, the gameplay just kind of... I mean, I've never played Return to Dreamland, but it pretty much looks like Return to Dreamland from what I see.
Return to Dreamland, it feels completely different. I don't like Return to Dreamland, despite people saying that's their favorite. I honestly don't like Return to Dreamland.
Really? Because I swear it looks the same to me. Like Kirby, I said, I never played Dreamland, but damn, it looks the same.
Okay, you know how Kirby goes in Triple Deluxe and how it's zoomed in?
I've never played Triple Deluxe.
Okay, well...
Despite me borrowing it from a friend for a year, but whatever.
Okay, well, think... you know how slow Kirby moves in the air when he puffs up?
Yeah.
Think of that as his ground speed in Return to Dreamland. And then
Are you sure you're not running?
No, like when you run, it's like his walking speed. Like he feels so slow and heavy in that game, and a lot of the ideas are really, really generic and borrowed from Mario. Like a lot of the stuff is straight up just borrowed from Mario. Like think of it like Mario mixed in with Sonic colors, and that's pretty much Return to Dreamland.
Well, how is it like similar though? Okay,
so the first stage of Return to Dreamland is very, very, very much like Kirby Superstar. And after that, it's a cave level. And then after that, it's other stuff. And then it has like power-ups, and not power-ups. Like there are stuff in the environment that you could like pick up and use as power-ups in Return to Dreamland. And also there are like these... You've played Sonic Colors, right? Like have you played like there's this one mode in Sonic Colors, I forgot what it was. But it was like 2D Sonic and it had like really weird backgrounds. Like it kind of tried to be like a classic game, but like the backgrounds were like just like one color, like purple or red. And like it was all cubular. I think it was like in a different mode than Sonic Colors.
Alright, well, that's the end of the stream. I might do this again another day, but... Well, actually, I am obligated to finish the story of this now, but when I'm in the right mindset, I will do it. And, actually, I am feeling this game a lot more, considering that it's been freaking 10 years since I played it.
Also, wait, look at the tiers of Toad. See, look, they're frozen.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah, this is the only Toad that happens on in this game.